Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to thoroughly discuss Bitcoin, conduct a comprehensive analysis of the Bitcoin chart, and also take a quick yet insightful look at stablecoin dominance and the overall total market capitalization for the entire cryptocurrency market. The primary chart you are currently observing right now is indeed the Bitcoin chart. And today, almost the entire crypto market has dropped by about 2%, with Bitcoin itself down about 1.5% so far. Well, I don't have particularly good news for you regarding the current Bitcoin chart. What you can clearly see is that Bitcoin has unfortunately lost its crucial bearish flag. We've extensively talked about this specific bearish flag before. Approximately a week ago, we thoroughly discussed that Bitcoin was indeed in a bearish flag and that at virtually any moment the price could potentially break through this channel and head towards $75,000. Well, what you're seeing now is that in the 4-hour time frame, it's clear. It's obvious that the flag we had here has been broken and moved downward, and when it broke, this move that you see has almost come back to retest the flag. That means it has come back to retest the channel that was broken, and for now, it's continuing its downward path. What matters for Bitcoin is that at the moment, everything, its entire structure, is bearish, meaning there's about an 80% chance that Bitcoin will drop further at this stage. There's a possibility that Bitcoin could fall towards $75,000. The reason I'm giving you this target is because you can see it in the bearish flag pattern. It looks something like this. When the price drops sharply and forms a flag here, and then it just breaks this channel and continues on its path. Keep going, we can determine the next target for this flag based on the move it made on this side and dropped. Below we can find its next target. Now if we find the next target on this side, meaning if we copy this part, let's see where the breakout happened. That is around this area more or less. You can clearly see that Bitcoin's next significant target is very close to $70,000. However, the price of Bitcoin could potentially drop, meaning it could go down to the next crucial support level, which is currently near $70,000. There's also a strong support level at approximately $75,000, providing an additional safety net. It might have a small bounce there, but it doesn't really matter how big that bounce is. That is, even if the price drops straight down to $75,000, for example. It might bounce because there's a very strong support level here, and after it bounces, it could continue its downward path and go to fill the gap it created here. And here, there's another very important support. These two red lines that I've drawn, this is a very important support. As you know, on the daily time frame, these two red lines are very important support levels, and they're the all-time highs from 2021. And that's why it's really important for Bitcoin to hold itself here. If Bitcoin loses these levels here, then there's honestly a chance it could even drop to $30,000 in the long term. But personally, I think there's a strong chance that the price can hold itself here, and we need to see what kind of structure it forms in this area. Can it recover and head toward its all-time highs in this section or not? For now, we don't have anything bullish for Bitcoin. Regarding the next targets, it's pretty much as I explained in the previous video. My view is that Bitcoin can drop down to these areas, lower. Some people are even saying it could hold at $75,000. But personally, the target we've identified is around $70,000, even down to $65,000. It could go even lower, but somewhere between these two lines, Bitcoin's price will most likely stop. This is the target based on this analysis. The bearish flag gives us this along with the confluence. Another point is that these two red lines are positioned at the all-time highs of 2021. Now, it's possible that something special could happen in between here. For the crypto market and Bitcoin to be able to break through these areas on its own and move higher, look, these areas are extremely heavy resistance zones. First of all, we have these trends, this channel here which has just been retested. We also have a blue trend line here drawn from this section, which has come down close to the all-time highs so far, and several times when Bitcoin has hit it, each time it's hit it, been rejected, and we have a very strong resistance there, close to $93,000 for Bitcoin. If it wants to turn bullish and we really want, for example, to think that Bitcoin could go up, say head toward $100,000, it has to break through these areas. These are very heavy zones. When we have confluence together, the probability of the price getting rejected in these areas increases, as you can see. We have a confluence with this channel, which is now acting as resistance here. We have a very strong trend line, this blue line, and it's a very heavy resistance. Is close to $93,000. All of these factors combine to reject Bitcoin's price from $93,000 so that it drops to around $82,000 to $86,000 up to this point. Now, according to our perspective and with what happened yesterday, well, almost the day before yesterday, this causes Bitcoin now. Here, it did a backtest on this channel and will likely continue its downward path. There's an 80% probability that it will do this. But in the trading game, just as I said before, nothing is 100% certain, and everything is about probability because there's still that 20%. It's also possible that Bitcoin could do something unexpected and manage to break through these areas and move up into the major resistance, $100,000. It can happen. But as you can see here, there's also a very strong resistance at this point, and for now, nothing indicates that this is going to happen. Unless Bitcoin can break through this trend line and get back above this channel, in that case, we could do a quick analysis and say there's about a 50% chance that Bitcoin could reach these highs and get close to $100,000. But with the events that have happened in the past few days, the likelihood of that happening has decreased. Let's move on to the total market cap chart. Let's take a quick look. This is the total market cap of the entire crypto market, as you can see. Here in this section, we also had a trend line, and here it broke through the trend line. In the next move, very strong support level. Here, it still hasn't broken through, fortunately, but if it breaks this support, the next support is located here, which is quite a distance away from the current level. The total market cap excluding Bitcoin was almost rejected. In this area, it's close to its support level. This is the third time it's hitting this support level, and at any moment this support level could break. If the support level breaks, in the next zone, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum could drop all the way to this red line. It's the same situation here. It's testing the support level for the third time, and the next support level is located in this area. It will have a very heavy move. If it loses this support level, which is very likely since Bitcoin has already lost its supports, there's a high chance that the total market cap will also lose the support of this blue box. The probability is very high. In the next zone, it could reach this area, the lower part of the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. This top 10 is mostly for altcoins with lower market caps. You can see here that it has lost its support level because the performance of altcoins has really been terrible. And against Bitcoin as well, as you can see. It has lost its support, and the likelihood of it dropping has increased significantly, and in the next zone, it could come down to these levels. If we want to calculate the percentage for the lower part, it can be said that from here, it could drop almost another 12%, and if this move happens and it falls here, Bitcoin will reach probably $70,000. Let's move on to stablecoin dominance. We've talked a lot about stablecoin dominance. When stablecoin dominance goes up, it's bad for both Bitcoin and altcoins. And you can see that this is a very strong resistance, and after several years, it has managed to break through. And this in itself gives us a signal that the likelihood of Bitcoin dropping to $70,000 is increasing. It's becoming much more likely, and look how nicely it has come down. It has hit this support level several times, it's testing this support, and it's ready to move toward higher up. And you can see it has a gap in the upper area. Here it has to fill this gap for the first time. and even up to these significant resistance areas, which ultimately means it could potentially capture about 11% of the entire crypto market value. In its own hands, these two stablecoins, that there's Tether and USDC, which will make things very difficult for altcoins and even Bitcoin. The signals are telling us that the likelihood of Bitcoin dropping is higher, and in this scenario where Bitcoin reaches $70,000, the probability that altcoins will experience a sharp decline is high. Today we talked about Bitcoin and took a brief look at total market caps and even stablecoins. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and remember, trading is never 100% certain. Everything is based on probability. Until the next video, goodbye.